Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Wednesday to you. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for stamping through my stash. And the whole purpose of stamping through my stash is twofold. Number one, when you order a stamp set, dies, anything really, always check it out. Use it, try it, make sure it's all working the way it should. Make sure you have all the paper in your pack. Make sure that that everything is as it should. The reason for that is you have a 3-month guarantee. Okay, so if there's anything wrong, you have 3 months and you'll get your product replaced for free. So that's really good to know. The second thing is that if you ink up your stamp sets and use your dies right away, you are more likely to use your stamp set. It will get your creative juices going and you are going to be inspired. And the third bonus is that you'll use the extra stamps and dies that you've cut out and stamped, and you'll tuck them into your stamp case so that the next time you go and use it, you'll have some pieces all ready to go. So that's always a nice little bonus. I like that. So today I am going to be sharing with you, this paper is gorgeous. Any guesses? If you've been reading, then you know it's going to be Adventurous Sky. And Melissa Alvarez, Kitchen Table Stamper, presented this suite at Onstage in Houston in March, and I was instantly hooked. I thought she did a great job. She had amazing projects, and in fact, I'm casing her card today. It's a fantastic stamp set with these amazing vintage planes and with great sayings. You always lift me up. Happy Father's Day to my friend, flying by to say hi, happy birthday, and you're the best, plain and simple. Always a nice fun pun. And that to my friend, this is what I think is one of the cool things. So if we open it up, you'll see all the dies, and there is, see this guy? This one and this one. I'll show you what they look like cut out. Here we go. And then there's a little holder, see? And I'm not sure, I have to look to see, I think it goes like that, and that goes right in that little wedge here. Or, just a minute, I haven't done this one yet, but it pulls behind the plane. Oh, I've got the shakes. I woke up with a very sore back and I took some medication and I think it's doing something to me. Anyway, let's take a look. We're going to use, I think, this gray plane, and then this is the delicate die that goes over top of it. Except I've done it, you can see I've done it completely backwards. So you picture this plane going through the sky over top of the world. Done a lot of flying, so I can picture it. And then this goes behind the plane and it attaches to here. And then look. And then you're going to, I'm not going to do it yet, but I will. Then you have To My Friend on there. And so for our long and skinny card, which I'm not making today, but this would be a great one, because wouldn't that be fun to have a plane go through the sky and it's got a big banner hanging behind it that has your name on it, or you and your husband's or your boyfriend's name, or a proposal. I've seen that. Will you marry me? Anyway, we probably can't afford to do that, but we can afford to make a card. So we have that, and then we have a little prop too, this little die. I'm not doing things in the right order. That fits right on here with a little blue dot. Isn't that fun? Let me just zoom in so you can have a better look at the detail. Look at that. Anyway, we are going to use it. Then there are, well, I should just stamp them all, shouldn't I? Let's just wait. So here it is with a green, see, so you can change your plane. That looks really nice too. So, and then there's also a stamp that gets cut out. This one, and there's a little one. Oh, that's upside down. And there's a medium one. Let's see, we'll put them here. Okay, then we have some clouds. And then this one wasn't, I had to trim the stamp. You could see how it's not stamped right in the middle. Oh, here, I did a better one. See, then I trimmed my stamp and then it fit back better in the opening. And then here's another case. You can stamp on the cloud, but I messed up. See, I got too close to the edge, and that's because my stamp needed to be trimmed. So next time I do it, it'll be fine. So let's just move all this stuff. Oh, I was going to show you the paper. Sorry, I am more squirrely today than I usually am, and that's not a good thing. But that's just the way it is. I'm sure you all know pain is not a stranger to anyone. We've all had our days, and when you're in pain, your brain doesn't work the same way. So here's the paper. I think it's gorgeous. I've used a little bit of it because I made a card sample already. And then, like, I just love the colors. I think it's great for scrapbooking as well. So that's the first 5 sheets. And then we have, now this isn't my favorite, but you could stamp on that too and make a pretty cool background. And then the other side is these planes. Okay. I love this too, this grid. And then the clouds, they're upside down. So this is some kind of topographical map. But I love the other side of it. Look at the other side is these vintage planes. They're upside down, so you can turn it the right way. See, isn't that great? Now, you do have to fussy cut these. I was hoping that a die would cut them out, but it does not. At least I haven't been able to find it in my addled brain. Now, this is my favorite piece of paper in the whole thing because you can use your paper trimmer and cut these all into elements. And that's what I'm doing for today's card. Now, if you find that I'm looking for my pokey tool, which seems to have lost. If you find that your paper trimmer is not cutting well, then take a look into your trough. And I don't know if you can see it here, but if there's little bitty bits, you need to get them out of there because it's badly affecting your cutting ability. I found it. So what you do is you just take your pokey tool and you go down the trough, and then you can already see the stuff that I'm gathering up. The other thing is to take a hairdryer or something, a leaf blower, but I got the little fuzz coming out of here. But you can also just blow on it. And that really does make a big difference to your cutting ability. So I'm just going to put this in here and line up that line with the center of that little trough at the top. Make sure your paper's tight against the top here, and then cut down. And I did a good job. Okay, so now we're going to go in between, and maybe it's better to do it this way because then you can see it right there. So right in the middle of your trough is where you want that to be. And that worked out. So lift it up, make sure that that joint is in the middle of your trough, and then you'll get all these nice tags, which you can use for a scrapbook or a card. I'm not going to do them all. And then you'll see that there's a little corner piece. You can use your paper trimmer or you can just use your scissors. So I'm just going to do this. Now, the one thing that I don't have yet is there are some really amazing embellishments that goes with this. There's really cool things. But I left mine in Canada for some crazy reason. And I think I know why. My suitcase was so full I didn't dare take any more stuff. So I'm not using them on my card today. But you know what? It's a way to save money. You can make it without those embellishments. So I'm just using a regular old paper hole punch. And now I'm going to take some linen thread, about 12 inches, and then cut it. And then I'm going to fold it in half. And then in half again. So this is 4 lengths. Oops. 4 lengths. And I didn't do a good job. I'm going to do it again. 4 lengths. And then the loopy part you're going to put through from the front to the back. Pull it through a little bit. And then open it up. See, it's open. And then take this part and put it through that opening. There. And if I can do it on drugs, you guys can do it too. Okay. There. So now I have my tag. This is probably not the one I'm going to use. That's okay. I've shown you the paper, and now we're going to stamp all the stamps. So I've done it in totally the opposite order of what we normally do. I am using my Stamparatus. Hopefully Stampin'Up will come up with something like this again. And I'm just going to put all the stamps on there. And then we'll I've lost the stamp set. It must be underneath my paper. Let's have a look, see. Yep, it is. So I think I can get them all. I'm going to do the words first because I've already done the images. You've seen the images already. So I'm just going to put these all across. And it's a fun font, a little different than what we've had in the past. Oh yeah, and I want to put this little guy on that banner. But we'll first do them here. Okay, I'm going to stamp them first. Here. We'll ink them all up in Night of Navy. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not zoomed in. Okay, we're good. Good. Yesterday was glorious here in the Netherlands. It was like 25 degrees, beautiful sun. I actually went into the sea. I didn't swim, but I went up to my waist, and it was quite refreshingly cold. That's how hot it felt. And now today it's gray and rainy. Okay, but you know what? In the springtime, we always need rain. So there's all the words. And now we have this one that we're going to use on our card today. This is the cloud and the little cloud and the baby cloud. Okay, close them up. Perfect. And you know, that's also when you stamp them all, you can see if a stamp is leaving lines or whatever, and then you can trim them. There. See? It's looking good. And now we have 3 airplanes yet. Let's see if we can put them on here. If you get too close to the hinge, then you don't get a nice image anymore. There, and the baby plane will fit right in here. Let's not do them upside down. There. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to make a nice card. But I think this card would, this set would be great, not only for Father's Day, but I think it would make a great graduation set. You can even write the name. You don't have to stamp in that little banner. You can say whatever you want and just in your own handwriting. That can be even more meaningful. So here we have all, oh, upside down. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at what I did. The planes are upside down compared to the words. So sorry about that, but you know what? Just pretend you're on one of those planes and it's spinning through the air and be glad you're not in it. Okay, let's keep going. The card that we're going to make today is going to be Smoky Slate. And I actually have a piece of 8.5 by 11. So something is, look at this, my glue dauber was stuck to the bottom of my paper trimmer. Okay, so we're going to go to 4 1/4. Because that's half of 8.5. And we're going to use the gray blade, which is the scoring blade. That cuts a nice groove in your cardstocks to make it easier to fold. Then we're going to turn it to 5 1/2. And then we're going to use the dark blade to cut. And my goodness, my trimmer is cutting much better now that I cleaned out the trough. Okay, moving right along. I had moved some things. Oh yeah, here they are. I have a piece of paper that I cut, and it's 2 1/4 inches by 5. It's going to go down here, but before we do that, I want to use my grid one. Oh goodness, everything is, you would not believe the mess that I am stamping in. It's really epic. I just don't have the energy to clean it all up. That will happen another day. So I'm going to use Smoky Slate. I still have an old pad. And I'm just going to stamp off on here. Okay. It's just going to go at the bottom on an angle, just random, like so. Okay, just one. Doesn't look like anything special. You can also use your block instead of a bone folder to give a nice tight crease to your card. And now we're going to put this piece here. You could make a whole collection of these to give as a gift as well. That's always a nice thing to do. You know, whenever you have a hobby, you tend to make a lot of things. Quilters have a bigger problem. They have to give away big quilts. Cards are a little easier. Okay, so that piece is going to go here. And then remember we made a tag, and here it is. I'm using this tag, and it's going to go flat. See, and I can barely see my little stamped image. It's just peeking out a little bit. And then we're going to put our plane together, and we're going to stamp the words on our cloud, and then we're almost done. But you can see how this tag element is just so nice to have. No work done, you're just almost all ready to go. Okay, so here is my plane, and this is boho blue, and this is night of navy. So I had, oh, it's such a mess, you have no idea. Here is my silicone thing, and you see, this is all, I can't really use it, it's all tacky. This is from before. I'm just gonna peel this right off, and now I have a clean silicone mat again. So that's a handy little trick. You can also wash it in the sink if you want. It's not perfect. My silicone mat isn't perfectly clean, but it's clean enough. So what I'm going to do is make a little glue puddle here. And then I have to find my dauber. Here it is, hiding. Flatten that out. And then you only really want it on the prop part, on the wheels, the tail. You don't want it everywhere because it's not, this part goes above the plane. So you don't want glue on that. There. I am so happy that you guys are joining me today. Did you know that you can also become a member of my channel? Like not just follow it, but membership. And then you get more stuff. You can, if you're a demonstrator, you can be part of the training group. If you just want more creativity, you can just get an extra bonus exclusive video once a week. Or you can, here we go, now we need the little prop yet. Or you can choose the middle one, which is you not only do you get the exclusive video every week, you get a PDF tutorial with 14 to 16 cards every month. And as the business part, you also get that tutorial that you can use in your classes. So message me if you have any questions on that. I could use a glue dot. I'm just sliding this off. I should have put it here. I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle here. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's another way for me to offer you stuff and for us to hang out together. There. So here's the plane. And it's going to go here. We're going to pop it up with a couple of dimensionals, which of course you guessed it. Oh no, they're not missing. I found them. Nothing's really missing. It's just hiding. We'll do 3 of these. You can get dimensionals in black as well. And the black one has an assorted. They have small ones and big ones together. It's great if you're popping up dark things. So that's going to go here. And then we're going to take our cloud. Oh, this cloud, let me see. I want a plain white one. Here we go. A plain white cloud. And then we're going to take the words. Let's see. You're the best, plain and simple. And since I have trimmed it, it's going to work much better. There. And then we need Night of Navy. So just ink it up, tap, tap, tap. Don't press too hard or you're going to get ink everywhere you don't want it to be. Lower carefully. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I almost went too low, but it's okay. It's still working. I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back of that. You know what? I want to use up the rest of this. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm just going to do this. There, that should do. That's going to go down here. I'm going to move it over so that I haven't covered up my little bit of stamping. And now we're going to add 2 little clouds if I can find them. I don't really want them, like they could be stamped, but I want them to be plain. And I don't know if I have any plain ones left. I have a plain white one. Well, you know what? I can just turn this one around. Yeah, that looks cool. And then that's our card. I haven't finished the inside off, and I think I should do that. So we'll figure that out in a minute. And I'm leaving the clouds flat because I want the plane to take the focal point and it's popped up. But you could pop up the clouds too if you want. There. Now, it is gray in the inside. I think I want to, you could write on there, but I think it's nicer if you add a white insert and then we'll add some more pattern paper as well. All right, so we are gonna finish off this card. I've cut a piece of white and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I thought, that was a loud bang. Bailey had to come in from outside. I'm gonna use this cloud paper because it looks really busy, right? But the trick when you're using busy paper is just to use a little piece of it. So we're only gonna take a 1/2 inch, no, maybe 3/4 of an inch. We'll do a 3/4 inch strip and by 5 1/4 so that it'll go the full length of that white piece. And then I thought we'd add a die cut plane, and I don't think I'm gonna write anything in it or stamp anything in it yet because I'm not sure who this is gonna go to. This would have looked nice too, this gray plaid. Would have looked great. So yeah, that's always the choice when you have lovely paper. And you can leave a little white edge or not. There. And now we'll put it down. And it is always nice when you finish off your card to just take that last minute and do it, because when you go to pick a card to send to someone and then you open it up and it's like this in the inside, you go, now I have to do more work. So it's better to just do the work while you're busy with it anyway. And then look, here we go. We have a plane, and I'm just going to pop that one up. I shouldn't have said that because, I have to find my dimensionals, And, if you're worried about if your post office measures things by thickness like they do in Canada, then you might want to just put this on flat. Okay? So there we have it. That's our card. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm so glad I got it done. I mean, my ponytail is all weird and funny, but you know what? This is just life. So I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me. The links will be in the video if you want to shop with me in Canada. Just click on the show more under the video on YouTube, and I will put it in the first comment on Facebook so that you can find the links. Okay? Have a super day. Bye.